Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome back to another video. All right, for the first time in a while, I'm going to be telling a story. All right, time to get the story time back online, right? And this one's going to be, more of the spooky variant. So that's why I have the resolution down. All right, shitty video resolution, only red in the background. All right, make it a little spooky for y'all. Anyways, hunting season's going to be coming up, all right, for most of the country here within a month or so by the time this video is released. So I figured I would share my scariest hunting encounter, all right? And I've had a few, all right? But majority of the time I know what's causing it, and it's just, kind of a heart racing situation. For example, one time, all right, surrounded by a pack of coyotes, all right, running around pretty close to me and only having a crossbow, no firearm. That'll get your heart racing a little bit. One time I was face to face with a big bobcat that was, screaming at me. So that was also a pretty heart racing encounter. But there's only been one time that I can think of that something truly horrifying happened to me while hunting that I do not know the cause of. So I'm going to share that with y'all today. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and hear the short story that I have to say, which happened, maybe 5 years ago now. All right. I was probably late into high school or early into college. It was a mid-season morning, so probably October, because I was hunting lakeside where I'm at, and the lake was low, right? You could cross the cove. It was a cool, crisp morning, all right, overcast. So there wasn't much moonlight at all. I think it was also close to a new moon. Slight breeze, all right, it felt like a really good morning. And again, I was hunting lakeside, so I perched up on this hill. There was a log beneath me that I was sitting on, my back against this hill. I'm looking across the lake, all right, across this cove where there's some tall grass going on, where I knew some deer had been bedding prior at points. And then a little bit to my left, there's a mix of the pine and hardwood forest. All right, kind of spread out a little bit, not too thick. So, and it was close to a crossing point where a lot of animals would cross the cove when the lake was down. So I get there, it's dark, of course. I'm setting up my things. All right, get all situated. I turn my headlamp off, and about not even 5 minutes later, I'd say, because it's still dark, all right? The sun hasn't begun to rise or anything like that. I start hearing footsteps above the hill behind me, which, it happens, all right? You hear footsteps a lot in the woods at night. It could be, a squirrel. It could be a deer moving around, which initially that's what I thought it may be, all right? Especially mid-season, pre-rut. All right, bucks start roaming around a little bit more. It's not uncommon that you hear them walking around, checking things out. So that's what I thought it was at first, but the more I was listening to it, it sounded more bipedal, all right? 2 legs, not 4. It didn't sound like the traditional pattern a deer would have walking around. And then it stops, all right? It stops, up the hill behind me, and then this is what happens next. I hear what sounds like perhaps a large rock whizzing down the hill, and it lands several feet away from me. It crashes and rolls further down the hill. Of course, I'm freaking out now because I hear something walking behind me up the hill, and then what appears to be something being thrown at me, all right, and landing pretty close. So I'm staying still. My heart is pounding at this point, all right, and then I'm waiting. And then I start to hear it walk away. So this thing, again, which now sounds like a human, all right, bipedal, walking away into the distance. All right, nothing else happened from that. However, just the situation gets you wondering a little bit. All right, something walking up behind you, close to you, something being seemingly thrown in your direction, and then walking away. What was it? All right, because if it was another hunter, all right, especially with the low visibility that morning, they would most likely have some sort of headlamp. I would have seen them coming, all right, especially once they were on top of the hill. Now, one theory perhaps, maybe there was a hunter further up the hill that was already set up, all right, that was seeing me get set up, got pissed off, so just, hurled something in my direction to let me know, hey, I was here first. But then again, you'd think they would, click their light or something like that. So it was just a very odd and terrifying situation, all right, that make you kind of heart stop, all right? Because again, a large object being thrown, hearing it whiz by your head and then land a few feet away from you. Um, yeah, don't know what it was to this day. And that for sure was probably my most horrifying experience while hunting. Thankfully, nothing more than that, right? I'm sure there are people with a lot more spooky stories out in the woods. So if you have any, leave them in the comments below or send them to my channel email, and maybe I'll make a little compilation storytelling video of y'all's experiences. But hit me with this like button if you enjoyed this little spooky story as hunting season approaches. Stay safe out there. And if you want to see hunting videos, outdoor videos, food reviews, anything like that, hit the subscribe button and join the Southern Woods community. Without further ado, y'all, Southern Woods out.